What if you could return to the glory days of duck hunting, when the birds were so plentiful they darkened the sky and their abundance seemed both unfathomable and limitless? Think those days have come and gone and the books closed on those sorts of waterfowl numbers? Think again.
Look at this, look at this.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Take it, take it. Nicely done. Good boy. Right there, right there. There we go. Atta-way!
That's good stuff.
Right there, Charlie. How about that? Nice shot. Right there, right there. Ooh.
Rocker Steve Farris joins former Delta waterfowl chief Charlie Potter as they uncover what could simply be America's finest waterfowl destination. Stay tuned for the special television premiere, exclusively on this week's Winchester Legends.
Right here, low bird coming. Here we go. That's what you talk about right there.
Winter comes in the shape of tens of thousands of mallards, a blizzard of ducks. And Steve Farris, waterfowler guitarist, is awestruck by the spectacle of plumed clouds.
That's like they're supposed to be, isn't it? Nice shot.
Renowned musician, a sideman sought by rock's greatest, and once a member of the famed band Mr. Mister. Steve Farris's not-so-secret passion's always been waterfowl.
What did I do to prepare for this hunt? I skipped class most of the time in high school and was out duck hunting in the mornings and the afternoon. Thought about what it would be like when the wind was blowing when I was doing sessions in Los Angeles for famous people, but I'd really wanted to be duck hunting. All those things you do when you're obsessed with something you're not supposed to be obsessed with, although at the end of the day I was supposed to be obsessed with this. This is my calling and this is what I do.
A native Cornhusker, Farris comes by his love of duck hunting naturally. Now he ventures to the Gem State for the first time to see if it has more to offer than just famous potatoes.
I have heard of hunting ducks in Idaho. I mean, I know about the Snake River, I know about certain flyways over here, and there's ducks in a lot of places, but it's an insanely perfect situation for them. There's warm water springs coming out of the ground at 55 degrees, average mean temperature of the earth. They travel down these corridors and go empty into the river watersheds. And beyond that, you've got grain everywhere. You've got a perfect wintering ground for mallards. It's insane, actually. It's really, really good.
Steve's Idaho hunt takes him just outside Twin Falls, Idaho, one of the finest waterfowl regions not only in the state, but across America. And Farris's host is lifelong hunter Charlie Potter of the Max McGraw Wildlife Foundation, also the former head of Delta Waterfowl. He's dedicated his life to all aspects of conservation.
I've had the great fortune to hunt ducks in almost every state in America, every province in Canada, most of South America, and even Africa. And people don't think of Idaho for ducks. They think of them for potatoes, but there's some ducks in Idaho. A lot of ducks winter in Idaho, and it's one of the most fragile ecosystems on the continent. They're very, very concentrated here. So the individuals that have properties such as sand springs that have really a multitude of ducks, 50, 80, 100,000 mallards, have to take care of them.
With Potter's restoration work on this newly acquired ranch just underway, Steve Farris is in the enviable position of being the first hunter invited out to field test the property.
You know, I'm always happy to be part of the R&D team on any new place. Charlie's kind enough to invite me out here and say, I haven't hunted it much yet. We're figuring out what we want to do.
Sand Springs is a dream. A group of leading conservation leaders in America that I've known for a long time came together to acquire Sand Springs, to restore it to really the premier waterfowl and sporting property could be in all of America. And I think we're on our way to have a project here that has as many mallards as any place on earth. So our motivation is to provide them with sanctuary, to provide them with a habitat in which they can winter. When we're through, this will be a place that has few peers.
Even for someone with the waterfowling experience of Steve Farris, the spectacle he finds in southern Idaho may be beyond anything he's ever encountered before.
About ready to go hunt ducks. We counted something like 35 ducks last night. Sandy Springs full of ducks. Some argue there are 36. Others argue there are about 5,000. Looking forward to this. Should be quite a good hunt. And the Pacific Flyway is generous. You get to shoot 7 ducks, all of which can be mallards. We're going to wait until after the light's coming up a little bit just to walk them off. Some people make a mistake of shooting them out of there and then ruins their hunting for, no need to educate birds. So we're going to push them out, try to get it to settle down where we can get smaller groups, kill them that way and make your resource last, except for about 14 of them. I'd say we saw 10,000 ducks get out of here so far. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would. And where we're going to go, we're about to see another 10,000. And they haven't all gotten out of here, which is good because some of them will trickle back. With the wind we have, it's a little different wind than our traditional wind. So,
what direction we got the wind here?
We got a heavy northeast, and ordinarily west would be the prevailing wind. So we'll have the wind, the sun at our backs. The ducks will work in a little differently than they usually do.
Should be a big challenge. I can feel that it's just going to be terribly challenging to find a couple ducks.
Can you shoot them at 10 yards? That's the challenge. I know you can hit them at 50, Steve, but can you shoot them at 10?
I prefer them at 10.
So why don't we head on down?
Let's do it. Look at this, look at this. Right here. Take him, take him!
There was never a second that there weren't ducks in the decoys.
Steve Farris and host Charlie Potter make the first morning hike out to the blinds, letting the ducks get up to trickle back in 3s and 4s for good shooting.
Steve, we're a couple hundred yards from the head of Sand Springs. It runs for 2.5 miles. It's totally contained in this property. Why are we here? The ducks are here.
I'm so glad you brought me out here to Idaho. Never hunted Idaho. I've heard a lot about it.
It's something else to know you're standing on a piece of property that arguably has as many mallards as any place on earth.
One of the interesting things about mallards I've seen here that you don't see everywhere else. First of all, we hunted them on what is essentially a trout stream. By every look and feel, it's a trout stream. And there's mallard ducks standing all over the rocks. It just does not look marshy. It is not cattails. It's not any of the standard things you associate with ducks. It's a different feel.
It wasn't cold, but a lot of wind. And we went into an area that probably had 15 or so thousand mallards in the hole we were going to hunt. There was never a second that there weren't ducks in the decoys.
Right there, right there.
There we go.
Thataway, Steve. Good job.
Good. Boy, look at this, look at this. Ooh.
Nice shot.
Got some ducks coming from the left here.
Take him, take him.
Nicely done. Got more birds out here.
Go ahead, Steve, go ahead.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That was pretty nice.
That's from the left, from the left. There we go.
All right, you're up. There he is.
You ready? Here we go.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Right here.
Take him, take him.
This episode of Training Camp is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend.
Wasn't that an incredible spot that Steve had? The only problem in that whole situation that I can see is he didn't invite me out there. I never see so many ducks in one spot. And I think watching Steve, one thing he likes to do is he likes to get them right in there close. So what we're trying to do is we're shooting some sporting clays and we're gonna try to get them before they get to the trees and have some fun. What I've got is a hand thrower, so I've tied a rope to it so we have a guy pull without anybody being in the background because it's always safety, safety, safety. All right. Woo, bingo. You see, it's a lot different than maybe shooting sporting clays when we're standing up here like this and we know the bird is gonna come straight at us, and here we are standing all ready, and boom, we can probably shoot him right here someplace. But when we're sitting down, and I never know when my guy's gonna pull the rope, I'll tell you what, that bird's coming at you. Maybe we'll do one more. There's smoking coming through there. Oh man, that was fun. We had a good time today. And that's the main thing, have a good time, but that should get you ready for ducks or geese.
This episode of Training Camp was brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend. As the ducks take a brief, well-deserved rest, Steve and Charlie Potter take a minute to discuss what both of them are all about: the management of the waterfowl resource.
Steve, hunting at Sand Springs is a bit like being in a movie arcade. It doesn't end, it just keeps coming and coming. And that's the beauty of the wintering grounds if you treat them right.
Yeah, that's right. And I think a lot of people don't understand that, but it's a tough discipline to acquire sometimes. People don't get to hunt that much. They want to shoot. You've got to manage these kind of resources when you have them.
The thing that drives me is knowing that you can take care of a resource. And in this case, waterfowl has been something I've done all of my life, and having the opportunity to develop properties and make them better, and really feeling like you're making a contribution to the environment, that's something that's really motivated me all of my adult life.
It's interesting when you say you want to develop a place, and the biggest thing about the development is making sure you don't screw it up. And I am sure that's going to be Charlie's, I guess, his contest to figure out how to do that.
One of the side benefits of conscientious management here in southern Idaho is the reemergence of the Canada goose population, which holds great promise for the future.
Idaho, many years ago, as were many states, was trying to build a goose population. And they decided that this area of southern Idaho should be closed for goose hunting to build the population.
Yeah, right.
They outlawed shooting Canadas in this region for some years to try to bring back the Canada goose population, but they're back.
So there is a definite interest in opening this area of Idaho to goose hunting. My hope would be, Steve, when next time you come back, we'll get out in the field and be able to shoot some honkers.
Yeah.
Because they're here.
You've got them here, definitely.
The morning's a few birds shy of the limit, so the hunters load up to see if they can take a couple more.
Right here.
Take him, take him.
There you go.
It was that decoy you put out there all by itself.
I told you. It's the one that makes them curious. Here we go.
There you go.
That's it. Go. There you go. Nicely done.
Oh, what a nice shot.
Well, thank you for letting me shoot with you. Thanks for the calling.
Low bird coming. Here we go.
There we go.
Nice. There you go, Charlie.
Right there, right there.
That's what you talk about right there.
With the game bags full, Charlie Potter gives Steve Farris an afternoon tour to show him what's in store for this premier sporting and conservation location.
My objectives with Sand Springs are we're going to create the finest waterfowl and sporting property in the American West. And we're taking a place that's been abandoned for almost 20 years. It's hard to believe that in today's world. This place had over 800 acres of farmland at one point. Now there's less than 200. It's not often in America you find something in disrepair that's incredible natural resource. This is it. I mean, there are 70 to 90,000 mallards on this property today. The ducks will be spread out across the ranch. We'll have feeding areas and loafing areas and obviously gunning areas. The trout fishery is already world class here, but we're going to improve it with some stream bank. You can do things today that even Mother Nature couldn't do to make a trout stream better. So the whole package is one of the greatest sporting properties in the country. It really is.
You see volume numbers when you travel abroad usually. I've been lucky enough to hunt Africa, I've hunted South America, I've hunted Mexico, I've hunted many places where you see huge, huge volumes of ducks and many things. And it's great to be in the United States of America and see those kind of volume numbers. You know, and you can get that in the West, I think. You get that, you see those possibilities of the diverse game species on the property. And you've got it all here. I mean, you've got the deer, you've got the upland, you've got the ducks and geese. It's an amazing thing to find that on one stretch of property.
These birds arrive here in the middle of October, and they're not leaving here until the beginning of March. And unlike other areas in the country where birds are passing through, they come here and they just keep building and building and building. It's just amazing to walk around and just see such an incredible concentration of wildlife. So when we're through in a couple years, from a conservation perspective, we will have done the things that ensure the land is protected and the habitat is perfectly managed. This will be a combination of entities coming together to create what would be, in another term, a national wildlife refuge, except it's in private ownership. Right. Yeah. So let's just keep going down the road and see if we can find a nook or cranny where there might be 1,000 mallards waiting for us. Look at them wrapped it in.
Lord have mercy.
I'm not sure there's anywhere else in America you can see ducks like that, Steve. You can see it in a few places where there's so many ducks, they won't fly.
My great fun is watching your excitement about this place you and your guys have acquired and how enthusiastic you are about it. Oh man, this is an incredible place, man.
That's Sand Springs.
What an incredible place.
Oh my God. Look at them getting up. Holy smokes. That whole hole is full of them. We can hunt right here. We're gonna get in this bank We're just going to pull the panels up on us. We got cover behind.
You got any T-posts?
Yes, we got T-posts.
Let's have, all we need is a couple T-posts right here.
Yep.
T-posts right down here, put those panels in front of us.
Let's try this in the morning.
And we've got with this wind, it's a nice breakup. They're going to be in this calm water in these windy days. We've got lots of places to hide.
I think it'll work. Let's do it.
Can't talk me out of it.
All right, deal.
Done.
Day 2, and the early morning rituals of the duck hunt are carried out by Steve and Charlie, with the care and respect needed to bring the Idaho greenheads into range.
We are set up on a small slough, cattails, warm water, never freezes, spring-fed, incredible amount of water. I love my host Charlie because he looks to the left and says, maybe we should have set up there. There's ducks over there. Well, looks to the right, maybe we should have set up there. There is nowhere you shouldn't set up around here. Charlie and his partners have, you'd think every duck in the universe here, but you can still go out and not kill any of them. You still have to hunt them. You still have to outsmart them. You still have to hide from them. You can be in the epicenter of ducks and miss the whole thing. Here we go, here we go. Right here, low bird coming. Here we go. That's what you talk about right there. Look at this.
Here we go. There we go.
Nice. There you go, Charlie.
Right there, right there.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh yeah. Right there, Charlie.
How about that?
Nice shot. Here we go. Look at this.
Atta-way!
Blindside 20 gauge, baby.
That would be straight up.
Blindside 20 gauge. You gotta love it.
Right there, right there.
Here we go. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah.
All right!
Here in southern Idaho, it's been a whirlwind hunt for rocker Steve Farris, a whirlwind of mallards. And now he wants to go out with a bang.
We went into a hole that we scouted yesterday afternoon. It looked to us like there was a pretty healthy population of mallards in it. Maybe 3, 4, 5,000 mallards in a couple 100-yard stretch of Spring Creek. Right there, right there.
Here we go.
Atta-way!
Got a
Atta-way!
Russian olive on my nose for that one. We hunted flooded Russian olive trees. We literally stood inside Russian olive trees and shot them through the branches of the trees, which I thought was gas. And you don't do that everywhere. Really right there. Oh! Nice shot.
Look at this.
First banded bird from Sand Springs. Look at you. Congratulations. That's awesome. Once again, blindside, knocking the hell out of ducks. I was shooting a 20 gauge this time, which is my favorite thing to shoot. I shoot 20 gauges whenever I can, which is mostly all the time. And they knock the hell out of them. I mean, it's one thing to miss, but if you hit them, they go down big time.
Steve and Charlie have been proving the effectiveness of Winchester's blindside ammunition by shooting it out of their high-performance shotguns. These high-velocity cartridges featuring a dry lock sealing system, stacked hex shot design, and increased powder charge represent the best in Winchester engineering. And they mean more shot, more speed, and denser patterns, out to the longest ranges, making for cleaner kills and more ducks in the bag.
I've had the great pleasure of shooting a lot of shotgun shells. When you shoot a duck with blindside, it's coming down. The impact was there, the pattern was there. I was tremendously impressed.
And once again, it proves something about blindside. If you put it on the money, it's over with, and I think these last 2 days shows that.
Here we go, straight right here. Yep, here we go. Look at that.
Nice shot.
I really don't think it's any fun unless you're shooting them through the trees. I see a few branches go down with a bird. Makes me feel like I've killed more.
Look at this, look at this. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
All right!
That's good stuff. Thanks for the spot.
What we did this morning was the experiment that Charlie's going to be doing, I'm sure, for every day, and he's going to be loving it. It's going into a place and saying, God, there are ducks here, let's try to hunt it. And the joke of the morning would be, now that it's 11 o'clock, they quit flying, we've figured out exactly where we should be and exactly how we should hunt them. And I think that's the great fun, and that's the experiment of hunting, because the adventure is everything, and it gives you a little adventure. Charlie, I got to thank you for showing me one of the greatest places on earth.
Well, I thank you for coming.
Why? It's not because of the sagebrush. It's not because of the rock walls even. Because there's just about as many ducks as God created here on this little spot in the earth. It's pretty amazing, and I don't get blown away too much. I've seen a lot of ducks like you have, and this is a blow-away place. I think I was surprised that there could be any more ducks in any one place than I'd ever seen before, and I've seen a lot.
Hunting with Steve Farris is a chance to hunt with a guy who appreciates the beauty of the outdoors and who knows what it takes to really build a duck population. These things don't happen if you don't take care of the resource, and Steve really understands that, and he knows how to hunt too.
My favorite thing about the trip, I think, was your enthusiasm with the new property. You were just, you're a kid in the candy store, and I don't blame you a bit. What's great about something like this is seeing the people that have acquired it, knowing what they're going to do with it, knowing the legacy they're going to leave behind.
The group of us that acquired Sand Springs did so because we're creating a legacy property, and we don't say that idly. We believe we have the know-how to do that. We believe we have the resources to do that. And at the end of the day here, Sand Springs will be a property that nationally has really important significance to the betterment of wildlife in America, and particularly waterfowl.
That's the hardest thing to do when you're just faced with so much to hunt, so many birds, is you got to manage the hunt of it. It's one thing about managing habitat, managing bird numbers and all that, but to manage the hunting is the tough thing when you have these kind of numbers. You got to make sure you don't kill it.
When you put this number of birds in one place, you've created something that needs to be looked after and is really important in protecting waterfowl populations, and that's what we're going to do. Thanks for coming.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.